do you want to give us a little introduction from yourself?
Yeah, of course. I'm Kendra. I work for the state of Oregon, but I also am interning for the city of Independence as the marketing and communications person, kind of keeping Courtney's spot warm while she's gone on maternity leave. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm also at a restaurant, which I feel awful about, and now I can't stop my video. Anyways, so I'll just go like this. But yeah, that's basically what I'm all about.
Welcome. Thanks for being here. It'll be the perfect night for you to be here because we're going to talk about just our marketing plan. So welcome. Thanks for being here. Okay, so I want to, I know I've reached out to a couple of you guys earlier today. I want to keep tonight short and sweet. With the exception of if anything important pops up tonight, the two topics that I want to kind of dive into a little bit is the disbursement of the wristbands, how they're going to be sold, what the plan is to get them out to the stores, and social media, how we're going to get our information out there. So let's start with those two topics first. And then after that, I'll check in with everybody and see if there's any unanswered questions on those topics or anything that we need to address that I haven't. And then I'll give you guys the updates that were provided to me for those that couldn't be here tonight. So I want to start with the wristbands. My table is currently littered with tons of them. We have red, white, and blue ones for the actual 4th, and then a neon blue for the 3rd for adults. And then we are tapping into our supply of wristbands that we have from previous years that we'll use for the kiddos. What my intention is, I'm going to spend Saturday morning kind of wrapping up a project I've been working on. And what that's going to be is taking a sheet. And I want to make sure that because we're doing different wristbands for each day, each of the businesses, I want to have a little package ready for them. And it'll include a paper that's going to have the wristbands placed onto the paper, what day they go out or what day they're valid for, as well as each day there's going to be a different color for the kids. So the sheet in essence will have 4 wristbands on it, and it will tell the stores what day they're valid for when people come looking for the wristbands and stuff. I just want to make it as easy as possible for our business owners to be able to do this and help us out with that. So I'm going to get that wrapped up Saturday morning. The go date for the wristband sales is June 1st. That's the information that we're getting out there for when they're going to be available. I'm hoping to be able to connect with every business sometime over the weekend. My kind of backup plan with that is, Vicki, if I can't reach out to every business, maybe you and I can connect. And I would be able to bring that information to you to get to the businesses that I'm not able to connect with.
Okay. And I have, if it's okay if I interject.
Absolutely.
I went to a bunch of them and I ran it by our IDA president, and just a little note explaining and the days and the $2, just a simple thing. And that I would be back around to bring them the wristbands. And I hope it's okay. I gave them my contact information so I would know. And I received for sure confirmations from 9 businesses downtown that will sell, and 2 that I have to get back with because I had to, give them to managers and stuff. And a few more I haven't touched base with. Do you want me to just quickly give you those names or just email them? I don't have your email.
Okay, I'll get it out to you.
Okay.
Probably not going to scream out over YouTube though.
Yeah,
so I'll connect,
no, I got it.
I'll connect with you offline and get you that. What I do want to caution though, oh yes, Karen.
And I need to get those as well so I can have the city website updated.
Yeah. Well, what my concern is because we are all going to have to work together to everybody's going to pull from this same 8,000 that we're going to have. My concern is the more places we get involved, the harder it's going to be to swap around wristbands and to make sure that if you're sold out, are you going to get some from another store, or, you know, the logistics of it. I think as we keep adding more and more businesses, it's going to make it more difficult for us to track where we're at with sales.
Okay, so do you want to keep it to the 9, 10 or so that I have confirmed now?
6, 7, 8. Yeah, yes. And why don't you just run through those real quick to make sure that
Okay,
they're the ones that we already have accounted for.
okay. Ovenbird, Melting Pot,
Yes.
Same as It Never Was, Jubilee, Green Gables, Nathan, Brew, Independent Ice Cream, Riverview Market, and Gilgamesh and Mangier are maybes.
Who was the maybes?
Gilgamesh, and I always say it wrong.
Oh,
Mangiare. Mangiare, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so all of those pianists have fine except for Green Gables. That's the only one that I didn't talk to. So,
Oh, you talked to them also, Shannon?
well, I dropped off a poster.
Oh, right, okay. And I've given them all the little, you know, the little letter blurb thing. And,
We were selling the wristband. Got a poster too, so I made sure I hit all those places. So,
Yeah,
Melting Pot, Same as It Never Was, Jubilee, the Brew, and Independent Ice Cream all have posters already. The others don't. Oh, actually, Mangiare's does.
and I have Les Schwab. Are they still going to be selling
Yes.
oh,
on the list?
well, good that they've had 2 contacts then.
Mhm. Yeah, and if you wind up giving that stuff to Vicky, if you want company, let me know. I'll walk around with you,
Okay.
drop off stuff.
And I have committed to, you know, taking the packets and the bands and everything around. So,
Oh, good. That
Yeah.
would be super helpful.
And then also realize that with me living downtown and working at City Hall, if you need me to drop something off before or after work, I'd be glad to. So just use me. I won't be here this weekend, but I will be here next week. So.
Okay, good deal. I've also created a Google Sheet that I'm going to get an invitation out, probably to you, Vicky, Karen, Shannon, and that's how we're going to track kind of what our sales are. I would like to check in with each store once a week and kind of get a count of where they're at and then adjust if we need to. The wristbands are numbered, so we'll kind of disperse them and assign numbers to different stores, and that's going to help. That's going to help with us being able to track how many we've sold and where we've sold them at. My intention is to only hold on, let me back up. My intention originally was to only put 8,000 out there into the community, but we can't really gauge how many are going to be adults and how many are going to be kids under 5. So we will have more than 8,000 out there if necessary. And then we are just going to have to be diligent about watching those counts every week and adjusting our sales accordingly. So, let's see. So Vicky, I'll put together all of that information for you. And hey, Karen, can you, since you have all of our contact information, can you shoot an email to Vicky and myself? And that'll give us each other's email addresses and phone numbers. And then Vicky, you and I can connect over the weekend.
Good, thanks.
And get that all handled. Let's see. I think that's it as far as wristbands go. That's the intention there. I want them in the stores June 1st. That's what all of our media is saying, that they're going to be available. And then I will have kind of probably similar to what you've done, Vicky, is just a quick little blurb to the business owners. Mm-hmm.
If they have a question about after they receive money, turning it in, or do you want one of us to be, you know, when we check in once a week to collect those monies?
Yeah, we'll need to kind of figure out kind of where my head was each one of us could take just 1 week to go in there. That way somebody's not doing it, repetitively. It doesn't fall on one person's shoulders. We will have to make sure that we account for that money each week and get it deposited. And so what I'll do, I think, is I'll write up a deposit slip. And then I'll figure out the logistics of it, because we have our income code that we have to put on our deposit slip and stuff. I'll get all of that taken care of and figure out how we're going to get the money deposited in there.
Okay. And can they write a check, or is it cash only?
It's cash only.
Okay, just so I'm clear to tell them.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hungry teenage boys who don't understand the concept of wait a few minutes. You just ate 20 minutes ago.
Right.
Okay, so any questions about wristbands, how they're going to get out? I know it wasn't a very concrete, exact detail, but that's the idea. That's the gist of how they're going to kind of get out there.
I think Vicki and I can probably manage doing the weekly check-ins.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with, I mean, it's just, 10 places, 11, whatever, less swab, and it'll be easy. And Shannon and I can catch up.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, part 2 is how we're handling social media and kind of dispersing the information about what's happening. I don't know if you guys have seen them around town yet, but Shannon got some posters out. Hey, Aaron, figured your computer out.
The kid's computer.
Shannon got some good posters that were already up and out, limited information on them, but that's okay. That's what we want. There is so Natasha was also working on some media to go out. A couple of questions I have, Karen, I hope you have the answers to. If not, maybe Jason's lurking in the background. Has the information been put up on the city's website yet?
No, I needed more information tonight.
Okay.
But I've got it ready to go. All I have to do is get the updated info and then hit publish, and it'll be on the website. I need to know, when is the Duck Derby?
Okay.
And live music is each day starting at 4, and it's going till when?
Right until the fireworks.
Okay.
So
Okay.
essentially until dark. I'm planning to have them go until 9:45, basically. And then, as I get word from the staff, either I can come back on and bring a special guest and fill time that way, or we can use playlist, and then we'll flip to the national anthem. But once the fireworks are ready to go, I want it to be able to be ready to go. People have been waiting all day, so we may pull music just at a hard 9:45, and then kind of build suspense.
Okay, so 4 p.m. to dusk, and then the Duck Derby is when?
Saturday at 4 o'clock. We're going to kind of kick off with that.
Okay, 4 p.m. on, okay. And the food and craft vendors are open as well at 4 o'clock.
At 4 o'clock, yep.
Okay. And then I just had her put dusk for when the fireworks were. Everybody seems to know when they start. It's when it starts getting dark.
Well, and hopefully they'll be in the park and settled and ready to go for them. And
Right.
Nathan, just so you know, to kind of put your mind at ease a little bit, typically what we do is someone across the river, whether it's Aaron, Keith, somebody, you'll be on the phone with them.
Right.
And you'll let them know. It's really a timing issue. As soon as that last note on the national anthem is belted out, you let them know, and they just blast right into it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I don't know if you are familiar with the city's website, but when you go to our homepage, I've asked Jason to help me do that, because I don't know how to do this part. Is on the very front homepage, there's like a big band kind of thing, and right now it's got the Osprey cam on there. And so we will put Independence Days on there, and people can click on that and then go to the page where it will have the schedule of events and where to purchase wristbands.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Karen, let me
I
know
was-
when that's ready and I'll make sure and get it up there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
Jason
I'll
doesn't-
probably finish it tonight because since I'm going to be out tomorrow, so I'll probably finish the website tonight.
Sounds good. It's super easy to update.
Cool.
Was someone else jumping in there? I thought I heard somebody else.
No.
No, okay. So Natasha couldn't be here tonight. She had already had some previous plans. So the intention, and Shannon, I know, I hope you have been working with her together. The intention is June 1st, everything kind of rolls into place here. I know that there's already posters out. The information is going to be up on the city's website. Timing wise, I just want to make sure that the city's website is ready to go before we start getting onto the community pages, the city's Facebook page, all of that stuff. So I would kind of like I want the goal to be June 1st is when we start throwing information out there. That's when the wristbands will be in place. The city's website will be going with the updated information. And then that will give us a solid month of kind of localized advertising.
Okay, so I will let Janice, because I don't know, I will let you know if I get it published on the website tonight, and then Jason can let you know when he's got it finalized with the front load. So, but it should be, the website should be done tonight.
Sounds good. My last question kind of, Shannon, have you had much response with volunteers?
And another call for volunteers went in the web newsletter or on the water bill. I don't remember which, but so hopefully we'll get some more of a response from that.
Yeah, I've only got 2 tickets, but if people do hear about folks who want to volunteer, send me their contact information. I'm just creating a spreadsheet, so I got it ready to go, and then we can start plugging them into where we need them.
Yeah.
Have you gotten much of a response from the 2? Okay, 2 is not going to be enough. So, I mean, let's just be frank here. Yeah, 2 is not going to be enough. So I'll talk with Natasha about getting some campaign rolling as well, looking for volunteers that we can get out there into the community.
I'm just going to reach out to Ramon too and see if there's anybody that he would like me to maybe touch base with and see if they're interested in volunteering too.
I have no idea what the response will be, but I can put a little blurb in the Air Park newsletter.
Okay, that sounds good.
Oh, and then Shannon, of course, I mean, I'm here, so put me down as a volunteer.
Yeah, well, everybody on this call is a volunteer.
I think I just heard her volunteer for early morning trash pickup, Erin.
Hey, if you're dumb enough to be on this call, you're going to get stuck doing something.
Okay, so that's our plan moving forward. We'll get everything out this weekend. Everything's in place for marketing to go out. And Vicky, yes.
Could I ask one more volunteer question? I have a neighbor who's real involved with Boy Scouts. Do you want any recruitment of Boy Scout help, or have you already done that? Or
I saw your eyes light up there, Erin.
Can always use people that know how to pick up trash.
okay, I will check with Marisi and see if I can get some Boy Scout help.
That
Or the
right
Young
now,
Eagles
Vicky,
or whatever they're called, the flying guys.
that is that's a huge need for us right now. This year, kind of throwing this together this way, it is definitely where we have probably one of our biggest deficits right now. And I know it's not the most glamorous job out there, but it's necessary, and it's nasty. It's terrible, but we'll get through it.
I know you can never have too many volunteers, but Can you give me a ballpark number that you think is minimum?
Not including park stuff. I think just for what we need for if we have wristbands left over just to sell out there, that's going to be a minimum of 6 to 8 people alone. Right there would be ideal. We always need, I mean, Aaron's always looking for somebody who can help pick up ducks out on the river if they have a boat. I mean, it is a comedy show watching them out there on the little city boat, hoping that Adam doesn't fall into the river while he's reaching over to grab them. So definitely, and that's a fun thing to do. Like, who doesn't want to be out on a boat catching these big rubber ducks?
Doesn't Lisa have a kayak? I mean, can't Lisa get Lisa and Natasha have kayaks.
So my kids ask me every year if they can get out there and grab them in kayaks. The problem is you have to paddle upstream the entire time.
Doesn't room in a kayak to store the ducks either, I imagine.
The kayaks are good for getting them off of the shoreline.
Okay.
That I will say.
Yeah.
If the kayaks come in last and they just kind of follow the tail end of the ducks and pull them off the shoreline, that is super helpful.
Lisa had them come in and do that last year, and it was an amazing help.
Okay, let's see. Other than that 6 to 8, I know that any help that we can get at the gates, and I'm not expecting an 8-hour shift. If somebody's available for 2 hours or 4 hours, that's 2 or 4 hours that we didn't have before. But I don't expect anybody to give up their entire 8 hours instead of being down there and enjoying the festivities.
Right. And so like if I took a 4-hour shift, I would love it if somebody could even just spell me for an hour. If somebody didn't even want to do, 2 hours, just spell some of us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the trash pickup, you need them when?
So do you want to speak to that, Aaron? I have to
So
go yell at my kids.
We would need them probably on Saturday a couple of times to come through the park and check things and make sure the garbages are not full. And then on Sunday we'd need them a few times throughout the day again. From that 4 to 10, maybe even a little later on Sunday if they wanted to start some pickup. And then the usual way it's worked out is they come back first light on the 5th and go through the whole park and clean everything. And it's an absolute disaster zone. But that's really the best time to do it would be first light on the 5th.
Okay, thanks.
I think we're gonna be okay on trash throughout the event. I've got a group of kids that are gonna take that on starting at 4 o'clock, and they'll take care of the vendors. There are a couple of vendors who have requested trash pickup, that kind of stuff. I think our biggest need is going to be the morning after each night.
Yeah, the morning of the 4th because of the 3rd, and then the morning of the 5th because of the 4th. And that one's, well, I guess be about 8,000 people both nights. So
yeah, but the morning of
the same.
The morning of the 4th, will we have help from the church though, since they're going to be doing church services?
I think they'll be at church.
But maybe they'll be cleaning up before church.
Possibly. I'll have to ask Andy.
Yep. Yeah, we have a couple of things to follow up with them on. That could definitely be one thing that we follow up on. I know he mentioned it before that they could try to help out there as well. So, hi, Tino.
Oh, and Neil too. Hi.
Yep, and Neil. Okay. I mean, now that you're on, Tino, I think we can call tonight. No, just gonna go in, check up on, just do a quick check-in on everybody, and then I think we're gonna be good to go for tonight. If you guys just want to give a quick rundown of what you've been working on, if there's anything that you need. Nathan, why don't we kick off with you?
Sure. I'm pretty much confirmed on bands. Had a little bit of a scary moment. I thought we were going to go longer on the 4th. So I had reached out to more people, but musicians being the flakes that they are, I'm just not going to follow up with the people that haven't been getting back to me to confirm, and they'll just be out of the running. So I'm pretty sure that we've got the lineup set for both days. What I'm still trying to do, I reached out to Mr. Probst to see if we could get some sort of high school band action in. That's not going to be feasible this summer. He's going to be gone a lot of this summer, kind of trying to recharge after this very difficult year. And the bands, didn't have a lot of time to rehearse their normal thing. And once they were out of the parade, they pretty much abandoned ship and everybody started making other plans. So that being said, I'm featuring on local day some local younger artists that I know are good and that can get up there and hold their own. And then we'll have the Waymakers, who involve or contain some very prominent members in our community that everybody knows. And then the first night will be headlined by Romance. So we'll have a little bit of bilingual action as well as American classic rock, kind of tying the community together for local night. And then as we planned, 4th of July will be way more rustic and kind of small town, old school. We'll kick off with my friend, the old time fiddler, Truman Price, doing some early patriotic songs. And I'll be accompanying him on guitar, kind of setting up the day. And then the old time fiddlers will follow that, followed by Mike Kirkendall doing his one band thing, followed by my band doing right up the middle songs that everybody knows, big fun outdoor classic rock, and then some secret surprises for the kids, and even a little hip hop. I don't want to spoil the surprises, but it'll be goofy and fun, and I promise, even if we fall on our face, it'll be entertaining. And then the headliner that night will be Johnny Wheels and the Swamp Donkeys, who are an award-winning blues band from the area. Johnny's from Willamina, but all those guys are good local Polk County folks. So I think we've got a pretty diverse and entertaining lineup. Again, about having half as many hours as I initially planned. I can't get as crazy as I was planning. And as I predicted, once things started to loosen up, I lost a lot of the pretty ace country bands that I was sure that I was going to be able to get. Sorry, I had a call coming in, had to just deny that. I lost a couple of the ace country bands that I was hoping to get at a lower rate. And they passed because they got bigger guarantees, which I expected, once things started to open up. And honestly, no bother, because we're going to be mostly local and it's going to be really fun. I'm excited. I'm still trying to get, so I'll probably advertise for some fillers, some one-offs, like some little 5-minute things in between bands as we're setting up. I'm thinking maybe a stand-up comedian if I have room in the budget after I pencil out all the guarantees that I've promised. And I know I'll probably come in a tiny bit under each day. I might try to get a couple clowns that I know from Portland. They're kind of contemporary clowns to just come and stay the weekend and clown about like in the audience and have a couple featured spots on stage. They're so good. I have a feeling that they're probably already booked, but I'll reach out anyway, and I'll continue to try to fill spots with a little more variety. I don't think anybody just wants to be hit by music all day long. Like, it'd be nice to break it up a little bit. And worst case scenario, I'll try to write some funny jokes about our town and deliver them myself, rather than hire a comedian who might come here and offend people. So
that sounds really good.
So there we are. I'll be able to hand Natasha a list of the confirmed acts with once I confirm the spelling of everybody and go through things on that level. But everybody that I mentioned, I have confirmation from so far. So we're good to go. Unless somebody, act of God or death or dismemberment or whatever, you never know.
Okay, so you answered my one question is, can you get that information over to Natasha so she can get it out there?
For sure. Yeah.
Perfect. And then while I'm thinking about it, because I didn't think about it until we were just now talking about it, the city's going to need some paperwork. They're going to need W-9s.
Yeah. I'm
So
used to that because
okay.
of the summer things that I did last year and whatnot.
Perfect.
So yeah, I'll have names for everybody. I may take the tax hit for my band. I'm not going to pay myself, but I feel like it would be unfair to not pay my band members since I'm asking them to learn a bunch of songs that we're only going to play once.
All right. Sounds good.
So
thank you. Appreciate the
Yeah.
update.
You got it.
Sounds like it's gonna be good.
It should be fun. Yeah, I'm excited.
So I will tell you guys that is the one consistent message I get on Messenger, is there going to be live music? Not is there going to be fireworks? Is there going to be live music? So,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
there will be.
All righty. Let's see. Tino, do you have any updates for us? Just so everybody knows, I emailed Tino back earlier today kind of about some security stuff. Kimber has some questions, so I've just kind of tasked them off together to go deal with all of that stuff. So they're going to be kind of working on that behind the scenes too. But
so no, in addition to that, I don't have anything other than we're moving forward with our security plan, reaching out to our traditional law enforcement partners to see who might be available or if they've got anyone available. But I think with this modified security plan, we might be in a better place so that we're not completely reliant on outside volunteers. So. But yeah, Kimber and I will be continuing to work on our deployment plan.
awesome.
Did we finally nail down our times for Sunday the 4th?
4 o'clock, 4 till the end of fireworks, which I'm just saying 4 to midnight because it takes people a while to get out of there.
That makes sense. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Aaron, do you have anything that we need to discuss tonight?
I have been unsuccessful, obviously, with the garbage thing. Polk County, the community service and adult corrections community service stuff is not happening because of COVID, or hasn't come back yet. So there's no joy there. But sounds like the Boy Scouts might be a little promising. That'd be kind of cool.
Hey, Aaron, I got a question the other day. I don't remember what you said at the last meeting, but is C Street going to be closed?
Normally we close C Street because of the parade route, because it's a one-way, and so there's let me get back to you on that one. I'm not 100% sure. I'd like to, because of we can make more handicap parking, but we have the handicap parking down below behind the Elks, which is a much easier access point anyway. So
to be clear, you're talking about C Street from Main to Second?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know that if we're not closing Main Street itself, then I don't know that we necessarily would close C Street either. So
I don't want to tell anybody until you're sure. So
I'll go over the finalized plan with Bob and Tino and everybody and have something to report by the next meeting for sure.
Okay.
So, and then porta potties, we going through a rebid process, possibly get some more info on that. Think maybe we might have got some numbers crossed for a different event possibly, but we're working on that. We'll get that dialed down. As far as power in the park and everything, I think we'll be just fine there. Fireworks is moving ahead. Keith, I haven't heard any bad news from Keith yet, so that's a good thing. And then if I can, my sister Stacy has asked several questions in this little book form here. And I'm supposed to get answers tonight that I can write down in these spots for her while she's at the movies. No. Question. Yeah. Question number one is, are there going to be booths to sell the wristbands?
So yes and no. The yes part comes into play. If there are wristbands left over, we will have some tables set up way ahead of the entrance areas, way ahead of the entrance gates where people could buy them there. Are we going to set up a booth on a Saturday like we have done traditionally in the past? No. No. I think that we are all busy. We are all taxed on the things that we have going on. We have a full month and plenty of places for everybody to go and buy wristbands from. And thinking about that, Shannon, we might need to, I think it'd be a good idea to find a couple of locations in Monmouth as well to get some wristbands out too. I know that was off topic of what your question was, Aaron, but it's a thought. And if I don't get it out, I'll lose it.
I thought about that the other day. I thought about maybe dropping some off at City Hall in Monmouth. You know, everybody comes in there and pay their water bill and do their stuff like they do here. Why not put some there? I don't know a lot of the business owners in Monmouth, but I can certainly check in to see, you know, if there's a couple that might, you know, with Pedals and Vines, they'll probably sell wristbands.
Yeah.
Maybe with City Hall and Pedals and Vines, that might be enough in Monmouth.
And
Okay.
with Riverview Market, they're selling them at the community table. That'll help, you know, because that'll be that Saturday or
Yep.
every Saturday.
Yeah. So that's your two-part answer, yes and no. Yes, we will have them available the nights of. No, we will not be manning a booth ahead of time.
Okay. Then it says, then will we do these? So apparently that's no. I would imagine it's we as in the basketball team will help us. That's what I have
Yes.
highlighted here. The basketball team will help us. Okay. So no.
But if the basketball team wants to take on those tables, if we have wristbands left over,
I will put
Yes.
no, yes.
Yes, I would say
She's
that would
getting
be
a lot of
really
yes,
good-
nos, and a no, yes.
I
I'm
would
loving the
think-
definitive answers tonight.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like
would
it.
love the idea of them doing the leftovers, selling the leftovers.
Yeah,
today.
Mhm.
that was my thought exactly. Yeah. And then it was, how many gates are there? 3.
3.
So I got that one down. I was able to answer that one. And
Nathan,
then,
did you have a question you wanted to jump in with?
Just a quick one. Someone from Smith Fine Arts reached out to me and asked if there would be tables available for them to, if they wanted to set up like a ticket giveaway or something, or an outreach thing. Is there going to be an area for that for community folks to like rent a table and pass out information or?
rent a space. I don't know about a table because we may
Yeah.
not have very many. Yeah, but yeah, a space probably. Yeah.
Okay, I'll pass that along. Thank you.
Lisa has that information, Nathan.
Okay, great. I'm going to be in touch with her about something else altogether. So I'll bring it up. Thank you.
Excellent. And then, so the next question of her list was, how many checkpoints at each gate? That one I wasn't too sure of. So I think we are having the security company do the checkpoint stuff, correct?
I know. Yes and no. Depending on how many, how much volunteer commitment we get, how much Stacy was able to gather up to man them. But I do know that Tino was working bag checks into the gates.
I believe that's what she means by checkpoints. Is how many, or how
Right,
many entrances at each gate, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, so to coincide with that one is, how many people do I need per gate?
So let's take them gate by gate. So footbridge, it's always the same. There's
Yeah.
just one, and there's one point there.
2 people, yeah.
Yep, two
Two people.
people.
Okay.
C Street and Osprey Lane. So Osprey Lane, if we are going to accommodate an entrance and an exit, I think those would be the only two. I don't think we could fit 2 points coming in and 1 point going out.
Yeah, probably not.
I think it would get a little too crowded.
Yeah. So
And then
two or 3 people at Osprey.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
2 to 3, maybe 4. And then 2 people at Footbridge.
Mhm.
And then C Street, we would need, I think we would have our best bet with at least 2 lanes coming in at C Street at minimum. So that would be 4 people, right?
So think about hometown night.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. I think that's what we normally have is just 2.
No, but we have north and south running
Oh, this is
up
true.
there.
Yeah. So maybe I think the way I had
But you won't be selling, but you won't be handling money. So all you're going to
Yeah.
be doing is looking at wristbands. So
I think I
It's
could
gonna
make
take a little-
three ways in and then a way out. So I think, like I said, it's going to be a challenging year, but we like it. And we don't need to necessarily have tables because we're for a cash register type thing because we're just checking wristbands and pulling people through. So I would say 4 to 6 at the C Street gate, just to be on the safe side.
Now, remember, we will need tables there to do the bag, to
Yeah,
assist
yeah.
with bag checks, but
Yeah,
yeah, we won't have to have the registers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
yeah, I would think that you would need probably, it'd be like maybe just 2 people checking wristbands and 4 people checking bags. I think that would be the larger backup is having to go through bags and look at them rather than
Mhm.
just looking at if they've got a wristband or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least you'll have extra people this way.
So, Aaron, I think it would be advantageous to, when we're setting up where the gates are going to go, let's drop the bag check in a little bit further than we normally do, and
Mhm.
that will kind of that'll allow the crowd to flow a lot easier. I mean, it can't be too far that people just split
Just
sideways
first,
or whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe if we can drop it back a little bit more than we normally do,
Mhm.
crowds
Sounds
will
good.
go through really quickly. I don't think we'll have the same congestion that we would normally have.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. So, and then it says 10 or 20% towards the group.
So we kind of talked about that. We talked about 10% just due to the limited.
The limited work they're going to be doing, but
Mhm.
the work is very muchly appreciated. But
Yes, but
not
we
quite
are
the
also
same
working
as-
on a leaner
Yeah.
budget this year.
yeah, and not quite the same as a normal year.
Mhm.
So,
And her and I
understand
kind of
that.
talked about that outside of the meeting as well.
Mhm.
But I'll
Okay,
follow
and
up with her
then-
on that as well.
The next question is, are they selling tickets as in the basketball team? So I'm going to put yes and no.
Yes and no, depending. Just depends.
Maybe I'm going to put no, yes, no. Oh, I don't know.
I'm hoping the answer is no. I'm hoping that we sell out, and
Yeah.
yeah. She put a lot of thought into that. Was that all of them?
No, one more question. What time are the gates opening? 4 o'clock. That's what I got here. I could answer that one too. I was pretty happy. And then she had a comment that she wants to make, which I guess I agree with, but don't really agree with a whole lot. I really think we should do all red, white, and blue wristbands. Doing a colored one for 5 and younger makes it hard for a head count. So, I mean, I guess I could see that because we don't know how many of those 5 and younger wristbands we're going to pass out, that kind of thing. But the hard part with that is the parent has to buy or get the amount of wristbands they need for a 5 and under from the vendor that is selling the wristbands. And all that parent needs to do is say, oh, I got 10 kids at home. Uh-huh. Sure you do. Yeah. Show me the kids. And then they throw a wristband on the kids. I think, well, that wouldn't even work very well. I think maybe 8,000 adults would be the best 5 and over, and whatever extra we have in kids might be different. I don't know how to work that, but the kids thing is going to make it a mess. I can see that.
I think that collectively, when we had this discussion, I think we came to a consensus together as a commission and outside opinions that 8,000 is going to be our cap, including kids. I want to stick with that. I have a plan in place to monitor the sales of those wristbands. I think we're going to be on top of them enough to know where we're at with them. Obviously, there's going to be more than 8,000 wristbands out there for sale because we can't judge how many adults versus how many kids are going to go. But we are going to have a pretty tight grasp on what's being sold and where we're at with numbers that we're going to check in weekly with everybody. That I'm confident that we're okay with the plan that we made to move forward. I do think for simplicity reasons, yes, it would make things easier if we did that. However,
logistically, it's a little challenging.
Yeah, I think we just need to stick with what we planned, just for the simple fact of, as much as I would love to open up the gates and tell everybody, come in and don't pay your $2, we still have to be financially responsible. And unfortunately, I mean, we've all been here long enough to see how much grief a dollar can cause at the gate. So
this is true.
Yeah. So I'm confident in the plan that we have. I'm confident that the people that are tasked with overseeing that are going to do excellent at keeping a lid on that. So I do appreciate the thought, but I think that we need to move forward in the direction that we've already planned for.
Yep. All right. That was a question she had. Other than that, I know she's gung-ho to get things going and whatnot, but also in that, are we really doing this mood? But yes, we really are doing this. So
it'll be fun.
Yes, I think it'll be great.
That's been the hashtag at our office for the last year and a half. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
So, that's
really?
our motto.
It'll be fun.
Let's see, Kendra, was there anything that you wanted to discuss with us tonight?
She's going down the highway.
I know.
I'm actually going down Independence, ironically enough, so I can really visualize what you guys are saying. No, there's really nothing that I had added or in mind. I watched your YouTube broadcast last time and I thought it was very well organized group. Sorry. But yeah, so I thought it was really organized and I just was really excited to hear all the planning, and I get involved, and I will gladly pick up trash that day. So I'm just here to help in any way I possibly can, and add to discussion further along the way as well.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for offering to pick up trash. And I apologize for those weird looks I had on my face. A snake went through my room, carried by a boy. I hope it's outside by now.
Burn the house down. Burn it down.
What's that?
Burn the house down.
We're about to. My grandson walked in with it, holding it up. Grammy, look! Oh no! Let's go out.
Oh my gosh! I would have had a lot worse of a reaction than you did in that case. I would have ran for the hills.
All right. Well, thank you, Kendra, and we'll make sure we have a trash bag with your name on it.
Perfect.
Neil, how about you? Anything to check in with?
I don't have much. Sorry, I missed last week. I was in the gorge and couldn't get in on the meeting there. But we are going ahead and moving forward with our pancakes. We're going to do inside dining, some outside dining, and we're also going to have the drive-through pickup like we did last year. That went pretty well. I believe it's going to be on a donation basis again. That worked out really well last year for folks, and we don't want anybody to go hungry on that day. So, and not to be able to participate if they can't afford some pancakes. So, we'll go ahead and do that. But other than that, no, we're just we're just cruising along and ready to have some fun.
Awesome. That's good. We again are very fortunate that we will be able to take advantage of not having festivities early in the morning and come out and enjoy that breakfast. I'll ask Natasha to throw it up onto our media as well. Okay. Let's see, Shannon, Karen, is there anything either one of you guys need to throw out there that we didn't discuss tonight?
No, I'll work with Natasha to make sure whatever support she needs, and Vicki and I will just hit the stores every week and stay on top of the wristbands and just let you know if there's any problems. You know, what Aaron said about somebody coming in and saying, I got 10 kids at home, that's going to happen. You know, I mean, that's just part of the game. So we'll just do the best we can, you know.
All right.
I'm
Karen?
excited, by the way.
You're what?
I'm excited for the whole thing. I can't wait for it to happen.
Vicki.
This is probably a really stupid question, but since I'm going to be helping with the wristband thing, is it a different wristband color each night, or okay? Just want to make sure I was on top of that. Thanks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I just want to let you know, as of today, Rotary still hasn't heard anything enough to be able for them to say that they will be able to put on a parade, but they are, you know, ready to go at the last minute if possible to put something on, even if it's something just as simple as, you know, police cars and fire trucks and public works vehicles driving down the road, you know, so it's still on hold though.
The good
honestly
thing,
think if they can get the word out, there will be one hell of a parade, because people are all about it. They're asking why not.
Yeah,
So,
the tough part's going to be is getting enough volunteers and police officers to help monitor the route. So,
well, lucky enough, we've given
got
IPD the morning off.
so,
but all righty. I think that's it, everybody. Let's see when we get to come back again.
Did I just miss Karen saying there's going to be a parade?
you missed Karen saying that they still haven't heard from. There hasn't been word from the governor yet on how to handle outdoor events. Okay. And so as soon as they hear something, then if there's enough time, they'll try to put something together.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Well, as scary as this sounds, June 10th is going to be our next and traditionally last meeting. We always plan for the second Thursday in June, but then we come to the consensus that if we don't have it together by a week before the event, there's a big problem. So we traditionally cancel that one as we gear up for this. So June 10th will probably be the last time that we meet unless there is any big pressing matters left undone. So again, thank you all. There's a lot of work that goes in behind the scenes outside of these meetings. And I don't think there's ever been a time when I've reached out to any one of you and asked you guys to do something and it didn't get done. So I truly appreciate that and everybody's flexibility and Aaron's excitement that will flow over to everybody here. So hopefully we'll start seeing the word out within the community in the next week or so. I know that there's been a lot of chatter about nobody seeing anything, and that was a very strategic plan to not release many details until June 1st. Staying off our social media is still the plan. I do get messages from people as far out as Vancouver looking to see if we have an event going on. So I think we made the right call to keep it local as far as our media goes, just to keep those numbers down and give our community a chance to come together for the first time in a while. So